gonna wait for a minute for me to catch up with the live. So hello friends, happy Friday. How you doing? For my American friends, I think this is Memorial Day weekend, right? We had Victoria Day last weekend, and then it's your turn this weekend. So hello friends, happy long weekend for all my friends in the US. How you doing? Happy Friday. Good to be back. Hope you guys are doing well. We're gonna have some fun tonight doing a very relaxed mixed media background, and I think I'll make it into a layout tonight. I printed photos of my crazy friend DC and me. Both of us are crazy, so my photos are ready to go. Hola in Puerto Rico, Puerto Rico. Hello, how are you, friends? Hi, Tony. How are you? Tony. I just made that up. Julie, I saw that Natalie's here. Hello, Natalie. Kari, how are you, friends? Sulin, I should try not to speak too much tonight. I'm obviously like making no sense whatsoever. Hi, Poppy. How are you? So yes, I am back. Happy to be here. I needed a break last week and I took it. So I wasn't here last Friday, but I'm back this Friday. I have been packing orders for the mixed media stuff because almost everything is here. One more thing arrives on Tuesday and then all the orders will be out by next Friday. So I'm very excited about that. So anybody that did not order, I'll grab it when I flip the camera. The mixed media pad is the only thing that I don't have, is the mixed media pad. It's the one with the vellum and watercolor and all of the other things. It is arriving. It arrived the day that the rest of my order was shipped, right? How about the stamps and dies? I have everything, Tony, all of it. So even though you don't see it, it's not popping up in any of the other stores. They're just arriving everywhere. I have it. It's all beautiful. And I will be popping all of that. So some of you would have got notifications already, because if you didn't order the paper pad, I shipped your stuff out. All the US orders went and all of the Canadian orders went. We worked tirelessly, me and the girls, and now we'll roll into this weekend. We're going to pack all the orders, and then just as soon as the delivery comes with the paper pads, we're going to throw those in there, and they're all going to be going, right? Got to get my order in, yikes. Yeah, definitely, there's lots of stuff left. And I don't think I put up, because I have white paint and black paint that are going to be great for the gel plate that I don't even think I put up on the thing. But tonight we're going to use one of the things that are that is out there already, but is definitely, if you haven't added this, you want to, if you're putting an order in, to get the two cosmic watercolors, because they really are awesome for scrapbooking, card making, just adding some glittery dots on your backgrounds. I love them. So I was messing around and I made this background. So we're gonna make like a little art background. We're gonna use 4 different colors of distress ink, stencil. So you want a very simple repeated stencil. And then I went in with the cosmic watercolors, and then a black marker and a white paint marker. So it might alter now the second time I do it, but it's very relaxing, because I whipped this up just so I could take a picture to put on the YouTubes. And I'm like, that is a lot of fun. And that will make a simple background for a layout. And then all you really need is cardstock and embellishment, which you could use stamps and stencils if you wanted to. So you don't actually need to have any product. I have thickers for my titles, and I did grab just a little pack I have, right? You have the first set of cosmic watercolors, which I love. The gold in there is awesome. That second set, because all the mica matches the color of the pigment, is really awesome, because they really are super sparkly. And then I just grabbed whatever is in this pack for ephemera if I need it, because I thought, let's just make this super relaxed, that it will be really easy to put the stuff together. So yep, the stamp, stencils, dies from the mix, everything is here except for the gel plates. So And if you ordered the pink bubblegum glaze, that won't be added until the rest of Bold and, what is it? Bold and Bright. Like, I'm working on 3 collections, so it's like, which one are we on right now? So Bold and Bright. Thank you, Robin. I just took these off the card backing. First time wearing them, so thank you very much. So very excited. A ton of the Bold and Bright has arrived. So once we get that done, the girls will, while I'm in Greece, we'll be kitting all of the Bold and Bright, and then that will be shipping in July, and that class is in September. I think is the date we picked. It's in September. So that's going to be exciting. And then I ordered everything for the fall class that I told you guys that will take place in the new year. So you have something to look forward to after Christmas. And then Christmas is going to be rolling in July or August. So it's craziness, right? It's crazy. So thank you. Good and rested. I have been going to bed at night. I laid in the sun with my kids, just hung out by the pool all day on Monday, and that was really good for the soul. And then I've been making, between packing kits and then finished up the projects for the Greece scrapbooking cruise. So all of them are done. The layouts are done. The album is done. I'm super excited, right? You did sign up for Bold and Bright class weekend. It's going to be really fun. It is absolutely stunning collection. So we're going to have a lot of fun with that. So any questions or anything that, hey, as well, if you've emailed me about, say you, I know someone requested the 10 plus layout class, for the Bo Bunny one that I used as my prep for teaching. And for anyone, somebody reached out as well. I have to find it because I have to go back now through 12 million emails as well for the class kit from Discover and Create. I haven't forgot about you. You just have to remind me. So send me an email at info@vickyboutin.com. And I'm going to pack that up on the weekend when I go in there to finish up the mixed media stuff. So definitely I'm going to be rolling into doing lots of lives with the new mixed media stuff. I just wanted to wait till everybody's boxes went out, and then I'm going to roll into that, right? The pre-order, thank you. Natalie's putting it up there for Bold and Bright. It's going to be fabulous. I do have kits left. I find that we usually have, as soon as I show samples of the project we're going to make with it, is when we'll get a ton of people that are interested in that kit. I'm just waiting on albums, paper pads, the glaze, a few things. So a few of the embellishments, and then I'm going to make my sample as soon as I get back from Greece, and I'll post that one as well. Okay, let's flip the camera and get started. I'm going to show you the stuff I'm using. You can use any color palette you want for tonight. You do not have to use what I'm using. I just went with a warm color palette. I would recommend, if you're going to use a cool one, like, so say turquoise, like, or greens, just kind of keep it in that range, greens and blues. You can add a yellow in there. If you're doing a warm palette, like I have a yellow and orange, pinky peach, and then a pink. And then I just thought that would be fun because it's gonna be a wet on wet technique. So it'll be fun. So let's flip the camera and let's get right into it, right? It's gonna be fun tonight. So like I said, it's just a girl in her basement, so I gotta jiggle you like Blair Witch for a second. And then we're gonna do the things. I'm gonna show you what I'm using tonight. And then you can grab your goodies, boop, and use whatever you like. Like I said, you can use oxide if that's what you have. I'm using regular distress, but you know, anything that you have is perfect for what we're doing tonight. Let me turn the light down. Off, it was on my face, and now I'm gonna put it on here. So how you guys been doing? Any birthdays going on? Anniversaries? Celebrating anything? I saw some of you posted that you had a rough week. Sorry about that. I hope you make some art tonight, because I find that that feeds your soul, right? It certainly is a healing thing. So I have foundations paper. Gonna need that for tonight. I have my cosmic watercolors because I wanted to go on, and something fun we're going to talk about tonight too. Because one of the things that is up on my website are the Vicki Boutin paint markers. So it is something we're going to be using lots, and something I discovered when I was playing with these that I'm going to show you tonight. That was a lot of fun. So, oh, happy 50th birthday to your hubby, Keisha. Oh, that's very exciting, right? Celebrating the end of grad season, I bet, right? School is going to be ending soon, right? Your great niece has her second birthday party tomorrow. That's very exciting. What else did I miss? Was something going on, Julie, that I missed? Oh, the second it is the second cosmic watercolor. It is the second one. Hi Pamela, how are you? So I hope I didn't miss anything, right? Okay, so I wanted to grab what I was talking to. You need a stencil. So this is a newer stencil, but you can grab anything that you have that is just a small repeating pattern, because we're going to layer tone on tone. We're going to watercolor with the distress ink, and then we're going to dry it. We'll put another layer on, and then we're going to go over with the same colors with a stencil. So you need a stencil brush and stencil. You need a paintbrush. I'm using the cosmic watercolors, but if you have any of my metallic glazes, you could water those down and use them as well. You just want a metallic layer on top. I thought it would be fun. Thank you, Natalie. I don't understand. People have a lot of time on their hands, right? I have a pencil because you know I like to use the end of the pencil. It's going to be something we use as a tool for art tonight. I'm going to grab a paper towel and we're going to get right into it. Heat gun. Need my heat gun because I want to dry between the layers as well. And I wanted to show you something. So I'm walking to grab it. Paper towels. Paper towels. And I wanted to show you the paper pad that has not arrived yet. I just got to figure out where I put it, which might not be quick and easy, so I might have to wait to show you. Yeah, I have stuff in boxes everywhere. What's your craft room look like right now? Is it organized or is it a mess like mine? Oh, there it is. It's not as messy as I thought it was. It's in its place. Let me see. Just a second. No, that's foundations. Now I'm dropping stuff on the floor. This is the pad that we've been waiting for. So it is arriving. So this is the one that has a whole bunch of different materials in here, and we're going to be playing with that. So it has vellum, watercolor paper, fiber paper, and cardstock. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm going to be doing lots of fun things. Pulling that pad out, I just threw everything else on the floor. It is what it is. So the pad got thrown on the floor too, but that is the one that is coming in stock. Oh, that's exciting, Wanda. Happy anniversary. Happy anniversary. So when I'm going to paint my distress ink, I want to use a flatter brush, okay, because we're really going to go like this, right? Let's do this too. Just a second, friends. Remove. Sorry, friends. There are lots of crazies on here tonight. Okay, so you need water. Hi Janice, how are you? I put your stencil is with your order form, so it will be going out, that heart stencil that's been missing forever. I did go through a bunch of my emails and found stuff that I'm owing people, right? Yeah, we have a couple tonight. A couple of people that are up to no good. Nefarious people, right? Yeah, I don't know how they find us. Got nothing else to do, I guess, right? Hi Kelly, how are you? Yay! Glad you're here. And I know and it's hard because when I miss a live, people who are just new here don't realize that I'm going to be going live again, and so it just kind of messes with things, right? But I wasn't in any kind of mindset. You didn't want me last week. I needed a break. I needed to just take a break. I was feeling okay, just tired. I was very tired, and mentally the tank was empty. So that's what I said. I'm going to take the day off, and I decided, which I normally, I would have usually come on here anyway. So last Friday I just decided I'm going to take a break. I think it's best for everyone involved if I just kind of had a day off, and it was good. I feel better, right? So we need to do that. Right? What do you call that? Like when you take care of yourself? I don't really know because I don't do it very often, but that's what I did last week. So my plan for today is we're going to do this kind of stripes of watercolor using distress ink. And I'm using regular distress ink, not oxide, because I want the dye base a translucent color. Okay? So you can use whatever you like. The colors that I decided to use were wild honey, ripe persimmon, saltwater taffy, and worn lipstick. And not really for any reason other than I wanted a warm palette. So that's what I'm going to go with. So I'm going to use that, and then I'm going to use the Cosmic Watercolors, the Hidden Gems set, the copper and the gold out of this set for a metallic layer. When that dries, I'm going to go in with a paint marker, which I'm using one of my new ones, but if you have any kind of paint marker or a white pen, you can use that. And then I went in for detail work with my Micron. And I have to say, one of those things that I discovered that I really loved is these paints. The paint marker works beautifully on top of the Cosmic Watercolor that actually kind of acts like a sealant, and then those white paint markers go on beautifully. So this is my color palette. Do you have to choose this one? Not at all. Pick whatever you want to use. I would just recommend, because we're going to do a wet technique and they're going to blend in together, that go with a palette that it's okay if the colors blend, you won't get mud, unless you like that. Right? If you're like, I'm totally okay if I use a purple and a yellow together, because then I'll get this kind of beautiful goldeny brown when the two colors go together. Then go for it. Go for it. Whatever you want to use. But this is my palette. I think I'm going to switch this design up. I'm not even going to really look at this. I'm going to just switch it up. I just know that my photo is going to go right about here. Like I said, I actually printed a photo tonight, so I'm going to do the layout, right? And I'm going to do 2 photos right here. Just 2 little photos, so you could do a 4x6 if you want to. Whatever you want to do, right? You could do this. That will go. That'll work that way too. So whatever you want to do, totally okay, right? I only have one of those colors. Wanda, what other colors do you have in a warm palette? You can use anything. Anything. It does not have to be these colors. I love wild honey. I want to know, Wanda, which one do you have? But you can use anything in a warm palette. It does not have to be this. It doesn't have to be this, right? So I have my base. Now with foundations paper, this is, if you're new here, hi, welcome. This paper is part of my collection with American Crafts that is now in Joann's stores as well. It is also on multiple online sources and stores, and in my shop on VickiBoutin.com. It is a heavy paper that accepts wet mediums beautifully. And it has a vellum coating on top that almost acts like a gesso. So it's nice that your pigments sit on top of the paper before they start to soak in. So you get some really beautiful, vibrant colors and not a ton of paper buckling. You have, use that then, Wanda. And you can even make new colors if you have, do you have very many of the distress ink colors? Because you could go with any warm palette, or you can go with the cool palette. Use your yellow with some greens, or even take the yellow and a blue, and you can make a turquoise. You can mix them, so that'll totally will totally work. Okay. So what I'm going to do is start with the watercolor, and I'm going to start with the yellow, the orange, the pink, and then the darker pink. So the wild honey, the ripe persimmon, because I had gone with another one and they were too similar. So I even changed that out. So wild honey, ripe persimmon, saltwater taffy, worn lipstick, right? So I'm going to start with the wild honey. This is a craft mat, so I'm going to put it right down on the background. And you can totally put that on a sheet of plastic, but my whole table is covered in this, right? I wanted to seal distress ink beside microglaze. What would you use? Would hairspray work, like with pastel? Just wondering. The hairspray might. I would test it, do a card and test it, but you can also get like a sealant in the art department of because any wet medium, because these inks are water reactive, if you put any kind of wet sealant on, it's going to reconstitute the ink and they're all going to blend and bleed. The microglaze works great because it is like oily, like it's like a whole different waxy kind of finish. So, and it evaporates, right? So it's a whole different thing if you use the microglaze. But if you use any kind of gel medium, it's going to blend them. So maybe the Prismacolor spray might work. Try the hairspray. But I would do it on a, like, Karen just, was it Karen? Emily. Do it on a little card, put some ink on it, put your spray on it, your hairspray, try it with an aerosol, and then mist it with water and see if you start to get your inks reacting or if it did seal it, right? Yeah, so what I'm going to do here is now make watercolor. I'm just using this flat brush. And I'm going to go in with like a loose brush mark like this. And I'm going to let that layer dry. And then we can go in with another one, right? So I'm going to not clean that ink up because I want to put it on again. So I'm not going to waste that. I'm going to go in now with some ripe persimmon. It is a pretty vibrant color, so I don't need a ton of water in there. Put a little bit more. And I'm going to blend that one right into the yellow and up the page. Okay. Rinse my brush. Thanks, Natalie. And then saltwater taffy is pretty light, okay? When you go in, you're going to have to do a couple layers of the salt water because it's going to be pretty light. It's a much less pigmented color. So see, it's hardly showing up, right? So more pigment, less water for that one, but we can go in with another layer once it's dry and build that up. And then I'm going to go in with the worn lipstick. Okay, I'm going to give it a blast with the heat gun, and then we can put another layer on top. Super simple. Like if this is all you wanted to do for your background, would be a lot of fun, right? So let's grab the heat gun, and I'm not going to bake it like it's a cookie. I'm just going to take the moisture out so I can put another layer on top. Because if we went in right now and put wet ink on top of wet ink, you're not going to build depth of color. You're just going to pool lots of wet ink. So if we go in here now, and I'm just going to take some of the moisture out of here, and then we can build depth and actually add a little bit of pattern when the paints layer on here. They're actually ink though, right? I like to come on the back of my page too, so if it's buckling a little bit, it flattens it out. Okay? Love it! So now you just gotta remember where you put what ink, right? So I'm going to go in again with some wild honey and just build a little bit of pattern on top of it. Love it. Take my moisture out. I'm going to go in with the bright persimmon. And then I might go in twice now with the saltwater taffy. Anyone playing along with me tonight? And don't worry, like I'm dripping some stuff on here and stuff, but one of the last things I'm going to do is drip some of that, the inks on here. So we can just build this layer up a little bit because this color's much lighter, right? With your saltwater taffy. I love it, Lizette. You're playing along. This is an easy one tonight. I just wanted to pick something I thought everyone could play along with, because a lot of you, if you followed me for a while, I feel like you will own Distress Inks. And if not, it is one medium. I would say definitely. I just want to dry that so I can put one more layer on. But we don't have to Picasso the heck out of this first watercolor layer. Really what this was doing was just kind of breaking the page and starting to build a pattern that we can start layering on top of, right? So we were just kind of creating something we could now layer on top of. Oops. I don't like that full power. I'm going to go in there and soften that up now. And we don't want to go too wet and overwork the paper too much too, because you will start to pill it. Hi Dion, how are you? Hi Virginia, hi Vicki. First timer here, hello and welcome. So Vicki, my new best friend, we are just creating a background using Distress Inks from Ranger, my friend Tim Holtz. We're using Distress Inks to create a watercolor background. This is going to be for a scrapbook page, but if you are a card maker or you like to do art journaling, this technique could work with anything, right? With anything. Yes, it could work with the ready-made backgrounds if you wanted to. So I'm just trying to take some of the moisture out because we're going to stencil on here now. Actually, I'm going to put some drips on first, right? Hello, Leander. How are you? Hi, Catherine from Edmonton. How are you? We have lots of friends, I think, that are from Edmonton here. So the only other thing, so once the moisture leaves, this paper will flatten out. This one was pretty wet, and look at it now, right? I don't want to bake this with my heat gun. I just want to take some of the moisture out. So one of the things I want to do is put some drips on. You need a round brush for that because that flat brush won't hold enough moisture to give me the little drips and drops. I don't need a ton of them. We really could go in even just with one color and add just a few, because like, look, I made a mess over here, right? Where some of the ink had dripped. So you could go in with each color if you want, because it's still laying on your craft mat, right? And then you could do some bigger ones, like on purpose, right? But I find that with the mixed media, this just adds another layer. Put a couple drips on here, right? You met him at Create. I loved him. Yeah, we've been friends for a number of years. I am a huge fan. I love his products. That's why we use them all the time, and they work beautifully with all of the Vicki Boutin mixed media. And then he's just fabulous. Him and Mario, love it. So that was awesome because he hasn't been out at in-person class in a long time. So good for you. You were very lucky to get to meet Tim. Was that your first time meeting him? He's fabulous. Yeah. Hi Sheila, how are you? I love mixed media art too. So I'm going to put a couple of these drips now. Boop, boop. This could be it. You could do this and this would be ready for you to build a layout on. Like I said, this could work for cards, just smaller scale. You could do one of these backgrounds, stamp on it, and then die cut out of it too. Right? This would be great through your silhouette or your Cricut. Look at the titles you could build. Like you could write create or do something out of here, and that would be fabulous. The other thing we could do, because it's distress ink, is you could drip some clean water in here as well. That will start to create a little bit of depth. I should have done that after my pigment though, because I like to pick those up usually with a paper towel, but yeah. And Tim is a huge supporter of Simon Says Stamps, which I love Heidi and that whole gang as well. So good for you. Good for you that you got to go and meet a whole bunch of fabulous people, right? Jennifer, that whole gang. Was Gina wasn't there though, was she? Was Gina there? Yeah, Gina was there, right? So I'm going to take some of the moisture out of these dots, and then I'm going to lift some of the pigment up because I don't have any patience to wait for it. You can see the white ones on the darker backgrounds too. So we could always come back at the end too and add some of those. I have no patience, so I'm going to pick all this up right now. I love it. Your dog Hazel comes and hangs out with us. It's awesome. So I'm going to pick that moisture up because we have other things to do and I don't have the patience to wait for all that to dry. So really, I just picked up all the pigment and all we see really is the white watermarking. But we'll come back later and we can add some of that back, okay? Because we'll have time, so I'm just kind of flattening that out a little bit. So what I want to do now is go in with a stencil and I'm going to create a small pattern on the background. Hi, Mama. My mom's here. Hello, my mama. She hasn't been feeling well, so everybody tell, or please wish my mom some get well soon vibes. Send her some get well soon vibes. She's taking good care of herself, and she's here. So I only have one blending tool foam. So what I'm going to do is clean it between. and just use one, which I can with Distress ink. I can't with oxide, right? But we're gonna clean that up and hope that I can get away with this tonight, which I think I will. I just have to get the ink sitting on top of it, okay? So we are gonna go in and I'm gonna create a star pattern. This is one of the new stencils from Bold and Bright, but you can use anything. Anything that is a repeating pattern. This was just in front of me and that's why I'm using it. So I'm gonna go in with the wild honey first, and we're just gonna layer a little star pattern down there. Okay, and now I'm going to clean that off, and we're going to deposit some. I'm going to come back for the right persimmon because it's the darkest of them all. Okay, and I'm just going to put that on last. So see, just a very subtle star pattern. I'm going to go in now, clean my stencil so I'm not redepositing that color. And I'm going to go in now with the saltwater taffy. Okay. Because I'm using the same blending tool, I'm not going to ink it for a long time. I'm going to lift it and load it so that it stays pretty true to the color that's on it. Okay, lovely. Wipe your stencil. You probably have a clean ink blending tool. Like I said, I have to bring foam from my shop home, foam home, because I don't know what happened to them all. I don't know what I've done with all of my foam for my ink blending tools. So now let's go in with some worn lipstick. How we doing out there? Are you guys playing along? Or for the ones that are playing along, did you get your watercolor portion deposited? Have you moved on to the stencil part? Once these dry, it's going to be a very tone on tone effect. I love it. I love stars and hearts too. If you have followed me for any amount of time, I love simple shapes that are easy to repeat, right? So let me clean my blending tool again. Boop, boop. Right, and this could be your background. Now, you know, I'm gonna art it up, but some of you would be like, I love this. Like, you could do it in like 4 different color palettes. It does not have to be a monochromatic or in the same kind of palette, the warms. You could totally go in here and pick from your pattern paper and blend them. You might just want to dry between layers so that you aren't contaminating or picking up one color and pulling it into the other, right? You're covered in paint. I love it, Beatrice. I love it. That's the way it should be, right? Beatrice was on my cruise, the last cruise that we went on, and we did gel plate printing. So she's used to being covered in paint when we play. Okay, I just wanted to put a few more of the yellow in here. And now I'm gonna go in with ripe persimmon. And I'm okay if I don't clean that stencil off with the wild honey. I'm all right if it picks up a little bit in that color. So let's throw a few of those down. Much darker, right? There, good enough. And now, because I'm letting that dry, remember I said I'll put a couple of paint drips on here now. I'm gonna go in with the Worn Lipstick, and that's going to kind of be my only paint drip color. You, like I said, you could go in with all the colors if you want to. Right? What is your foundations paper, mixed media or watercolor? It's mixed media. It's smooth. It's smooth. It's 140. Hello, Vera. How are you? It's 140 pound. It is nice and thick. Can you hear it? It has a smooth finish, and it has a vellum finish on it, so it does hold wet mediums really well. And the magic is that it's 12 by 12, right? That you can get it if you're into scrapbooking. It works really well for that, right? So I just wanted a few more drips now. On that, where we're depositing pigment, because I lifted it all up. Lovely. Could you go in all the colors? You most certainly could. But I'm lazy, and I just feel like bringing the one out. And I'm going to dry it. Very good. So in a perfect world, I would go and do something else and I just let it dry. I don't normally pull the heat gun out, right? You're working up a sweat. Is it going too fast? Hi, Holly. How are you? The dots are great. I just find that when you're doing this kind of like it's a loose background, right? Putting the little dots of full pigment on there, the polka dots, really kind of tie the mixed media together. Like I feel like you need to have those dots on there. But you know what the awesome thing is, Holly? This is not hard to pull together. Hello, Nadine. How are you, my friend? Oh my goodness, I miss you. So many of my friends that we've met in person and haven't seen each other for such a long time. Just know I miss you. I am so thankful for modern technology and that we have the interwebs. It certainly saved us during the pandemic. You know, we were able, I met a lot of you for the first time. And thank goodness we still can stay in touch even though our lives are busy again. And, you know, a lot of you guys have like grandkids now and you're doing things and maybe don't have all the time for the arting. I am very happy when you pop in and say hi, right? Because when we're on the internet, a lot of times we consume, right? We'll be out there kind of taking it all in. You might not know how to chat on YouTube, or it's not your ball of wax, right? You like to just kind of hang out, make the art, but the community part isn't your jam. For me, I love the community part. So like I was saying, I'm very happy when you guys pop in and say hi. Hello, Dawn. How are you? It really, you know, for this girl over here doing the things, it certainly is nice when you guys chat with me. It's the reason I'm here. I really wouldn't do this live all these Friday nights if it wasn't for you guys and your continued support. I love it. Right? Isn't that fun? So that you could be done. For some of you, you're going to look at this and go, yes, I would be done with this. When I go to do the next part, it might not be your jam, right? I'm going to go and add some kind of what am I adding? Abstract art. I'm going to do some abstract art on here. Okay? So if this is your jam, you could stop right here. And guess what? It's a piece of paper. So you could do what I'm going to do now and then decide next time I want to come and just leave it like this. Or I'm going to do a second one just like this. Or you could whip a second one right now, set one aside and do the mixed media part. Okay. Hi, Vicki. I just found out about the mixed media cruise in Greece and it is all sold out. Any chance there's an extra seat? Should I enter the waiting list? It's like 2 weeks away and I believe there'd be room for you in the group. The issue is that it's sold out for at the Royal Caribbean side of things, because we have another lady who a month ago tried to get on it, and I was like, sure, I have a kit. I would be happy to have you and your husband there, Nita, who travels with me a lot, and there were no cabins left. So I think that you could reach out to Cruise and Crop, but I believe depends which one you're looking at too, because there's 2 different weeks. But yeah, you'd have to get in touch with them. I don't know any side of that, right? I don't know any side of that. So with these are watercolors. These are Vicki Boutin watercolors. They're called Cosmic Watercolors. They are lovely metallic. They dry hard, and they put a beautiful surface of sparkle. So what I want to do, what I had originally done, is this kind of pattern that we're going to go and do some art marking and create a pattern on there. Like, so some things I don't love how that turned out, so I'm going to do something a little different this time. But I'm going to go in now with my round brush, and I'm going to paint on it. I'm going to dry that, and then I'm going to go over it with a paint marker and with a black marker. So I'm not going to make this hot mess. I'm going to try it something a little different this time. So when you're using these, I like to just like with your watercolor, I spray a little water on here just to get them activated, and the pigment starts to swirl around. And can you see that lovely metallic? So if you were like, I'm not really into painting, I don't know if I would use them. I love these even for just putting the drops on your background. And because they dry nice and hard, you don't have to worry about them drying out. This is a great starter mixed media item. These pans of sparkly watercolor. So I'm going to use these, and I'm going to start on this side with some of the copper. And I thought this time instead, what if I do, like I had done a thick line, what if I go with like a thinner line? So, you know, for me, I'm really okay with just practicing and playing with the things. If it doesn't work out, I have another piece of paper, I can just do it again, right? So I kind of just throw caution to the wind and just do the things, and that's what I'm going to do tonight. You could, like when we go to do the circles, if you have cups, plastic cups, you could paint the rim of the cup, and you could put your circles on the background with a cup. You don't have to do it freehand, right? And then one of the things with the Cruise and Crop, there is a brand new cruise that opened up in July of 2025 to Norway. We're going to go to Norway. I think that's going to be a lot of fun. A couple of my friends who are teachers had requested that we do something in the summer months because they can never come with us when we do it outside the summer months. So July next year, there is a cruise to Norway. If you go to cruiseandcrop.com, you can find that listing, and I know it's already half full. It's already half full, and we just announced it, I think, a week ago. So just kind of, you can reach out. There's payments if you have to put a deposit down, but you can put a little bit per month if it's your jam. It is out of Southampton, England, so they are a little pricier, those ones that go out of the European cities. So just kind of keep that in mind, but I haven't really talked about it. July 13th to 20th. And it's going to Norway. It's going to be fabulous, and it is Royal Caribbean. But just wanted to put that out there because I don't think I sent a newsletter out or anything yet. Oop, look what I just did. So that's the first part of my art. So I'm going to do just some lines to start. Just some like little loose lines, I think, is a fun way to start that. Okay, so we can break the lines up a little bit. So that's my first part on here, building the art. I'm going to do some lines in that copper color. Can you see the metallic in it? Isn't that pretty? So the last time I did it, I found it was a little too solid. So now I'm going to go in there, and we're going to do just kind of some little art marky things. So I went in and I was doing little kind of circles. So I kind of deposit the pigment, but then I'm just going to brush them into, because this is, your art marking is really dependent on the brushes that you use, right? So some of them might look a little nicer if you had a flat brush rather than a round brush when you're doing little marks like this. but I just thought it would be a fun layer if we went in and did some art marking in a metallic. So you have a metallic layer on top of what we've done. And you can be very loose with this, right? Get in there and just kind of do some little marks, right? Do you have any questions about this? Is this freaking anybody out? So I'm starting on this side so that I can paint this way and I'm not going to drag my hand through it. So the other thing when you're doing painting is you want your arm to feel comfortable, that you have like a kind of fulcrum. My hand rests down and then all I'm moving are my fingers. I don't hover above because you have very little control. So find that kind of little fulcrum point where you have a rest, and then you can just add some little patterns on here. You could do polka dots. I'm going to show you something else that I did that I found was helpful. Is, remember I said if you grab a pencil, that can really work. So, or something that could make your art, right? So I'm going to put some of the gold color and make a little palette over here. And then I can use the end of a new pencil with an eraser. And there's no reason that we can't put maybe some dots now, some little gold dots. And now you can kind of control your art because you don't have to put it on with paintbrush, which can be a little bit overwhelming, right? Using the paintbrush is a little scary to go in kind of where you don't feel like you're creative. Although if we were hanging out together, I said, yes, you are, you can do this. Just kind of let that fear go and do the things. Know when to stop is another thing too, right? Because not every layer you want to put all over your page. See, now if I don't load the pencil, I just get that outer ring. So look at that. With my pencil now I have those little gold dots on there. So that's a fun way if you were scared to do the just little art marking, right? Now another thing that's fun, and this might freak some of you out, but it's okay. This is what I was saying. You could paint the rim of a cup and you could press these on. Watch your water control too. Like, I know my brush is pretty wet, so I'm going to wick some of that water out, and I just want pigment left. And now I'm going to do some circles. So, but very freestyle circles. Look, freestyle circle. Yeah. Woo! Let's do another one here. Okay. I might put a bigger ring on that one. Love it. And then maybe one here. Fun, right? Some little circles in there. How you guys doing? Is anyone doing this with me? Yeah, the base was Distress Inks, these that you see here, and now I'm going in with the Vicki Boutin, hey, that's me, Cosmic Watercolors. Because all of these, like I said, we have come out with a whole release of Vicki Boutin mixed media where we've brought some of the products that I had that have been out for a while, we've brought them back, and then some are new products. And these have been around for a while, but what ends up happening is a lot of people don't shop maybe American Crafts for mixed media stuff. It's more for your paper stuff. So I think that they go unnoticed. And I have to say, this is product I'm very proud to have my name on. This one is a great metallic watercolor. We're going to do so many things with it, friends. Like I told you, if you love the Friday Night Lives, you want to load up on the mixed media stuff, I'm going to be showing you how to use all of it. It's what the whole summer pretty much is going to be. And then we're going to get into Bold and Bright because we have months to use all this stuff, right? So I'm going to pull a little copper over in here now. Okay, needs a little bit of water. Hello, Darina, how are you? You want to come over so I can do yours? No, Beatrice, I want you to do this because you can do these things, right? for my own self. To just say Vicki. You like that, eh? I love it. So I'm going to go in now with some little marks of the copper, because I just want to pull that color over here, okay? So just some little dashes with your watercolor brush or with your round brush. Oh, I like that. Look at the dashes in the circle. I might do a couple of those down here too. I kind of really like that, just dashed inside the circle. Love it. Look at that. So when I was doing this, I was like, okay, I'm digging this, but you're going to see when we go into the next layer why then adding the white and black really kind of make it magic. Because even doing this now, some of you might think, I don't know if I love this. It's really not my jam. When I go in with the next thing, it makes it really fun. You like the milk bottle paint boxes. Wish they would come back. They're back out, Holly. Although I have to say the paint is different, but we're going to do some really fun techniques with it. Really fun. But I think that layer of metallic now is just that really pretty on top of what we did on the background, right? So I feel like we need some more business here. So maybe we'll do some of these in gold. Something in gold. I'm going to put a couple dashes in gold over on that copper side. So just cleaning my brush. There's a lot of moisture in my brush, so wicking some of that out so I have more control. And I'm going to do, but remember I said this paint's wet. I don't want to rest my arm in it. So let's just flip this around a little bit, okay? So I'm going to do a couple dashes of gold in here, but we'll carry that over here so it's like its own thing on top of that. You could paint little X's. X's would work. But just kind of get loose. Just get loose. Oh, I am really loving that. Look how pretty that is, friends. And I like the thinner rather than I did a big thick line and then those kind of cross-hatchy lines. It was a little too loose for me. Right? So I'm liking this a lot better, but I am going to go maybe with another. The pencil eraser trick, right? I love it, Kathy, or anything that you could press in and make an impression, right? Like try it with any cap, and like the lid of a paint or any of your lids. What do I have that doesn't have wet medium on it? Let's see. Like, look at, I can clean this off. Let's see what we can do with this. So let's go in with some copper. And what happens if I paint the ring on this lid? Can I make some circles out of that? I bet you I can. Oh yeah, look at that. Even press it in there. Ah! Look at that. Right? Just got to wet it. So I'm going to mist that a little bit. And then I'll clean it up. Let's put that lid on here. Just know when to stop, right? I love that. Maybe I'll put one over here too. Love it. So take anything that you can make an impression with. How pretty is that? And then just clean it. Just clean it. Especially if you had clean baby wipes around here, which I don't. You can do it, Marnie. You can do it. This is art for everyone, and you can do these things. Like I said, the only commitment is your time and a piece of paper. And if you don't like it, I feel fairly confident you can find another piece of paper and some more of your time, right? So see, my lid is clean. It can go back on the powder jar. But that was less scary, right? That was less scary when I have a shape that I can do that with. But I love it. And that's why I chose warm. Friends, my warm palette is because the metallics are warm that I chose to use. You could go in with the turquoise if you went in with your cool palette, and the purple could be beautiful. I wanted to put a little bit more gold. We're going to dry it. Get some of that water out of my brush. I just wanted a few more of these gold dashes. And then remember, know when to stop. And sometimes I don't. I like it. I'm going to put another drip on here because just to balance that big copper one I have. Watch you don't fling it on your face or on the cat or dog. There we go. Okay. Clean that up. And we're going to dry it, and I'm going to go in with the last layer, which is going to be a little bit of black and maybe a little bit of white paint marker. It's just paper and your time, right? Who cares? I'm not over there. Nobody's going to be judging you. And that's the fun, is literally is the playing. The practice, the play, the learning. The little rings I did have a lot of pigment and water in them, so I might have to just tap some of that wet. Because they're never going to dry, but you will find that metallic stuff dries pretty darn fast. Because it's pigment. After the moisture leaves, all you're left with is that lovely metallic pigment. Look at that. Can you see it? It's beautiful. Could you stamp in this stuff? Yeah, you most certainly could. You could totally stamp in here in this if you wanted to. So I'm just flattening that out. It will flatten more as the moisture leaves the paper, but like I told you, I don't want to bake it. I don't want to bake it. So we have these white. This is one of the new products that is coming out with the mixed media. It is a paint marker. So these are, so shake well before use, press down to get the ink to come out. Don't squeeze during writing. Replace cap after use. Okay, so when you get this started, you would press down, and that's what will get your paint flowing. Like this will depress. This is already started, so press it down and your paint will come in. These ones dry with a gloss. They work beautifully on top of anything that's sealed. Like I find they flow really nice. On paper, paper's porous, and it's gonna soak it in a little bit more. But look at, I could go in now on my, inside my copper, and then just add this fun little highlight. Look at that. I'll hold it up. See, look at the little white highlight. I love it. And then I'm going to add black on here too. Okay, love it. Let's do it on these ones. I'll turn my page, right, so I don't put my hand in the white paint and drag it all over. But we can go in. This is a little bit darker over here, right? So they're going to show up a little bit better on the darker ink. I love it. And then we can go in with a little black too. They're available now. And these are shipping with the mixed media stuff going out. So I have them. They're in my shop. They're going out. They are available now. So I'm going to put some little black polka dots in here too. So let's dry that just in case. Let's give it a blast so I don't put my hand in it and drag the white. But it's hard to find white markers, right, that will show up like that. Yes, you can. If you send me an email to Vicki Boutin or info@vickyboutin.com, I can send you the invoice with no additional shipping. So it'll just go in with your kit. Okay, or whatever you ordered. Yes, you can. But with my Australian friends, normally I just say, yeah, add it and I'll just refund your shipping, but I could be holding your money for a while. So just email me and I can do that. I'm going to put some dots to start. Okay, I want to go in and put some little black circles. I like these micron pens. This one is a 05. But they are, I've been using these since I was in school for art. They are great pens. I like the layer of black as my final layer. It starts to create some depth. I really like that. So I'm going to add some in between little circles here. We've been talking about, I have to go get glasses. I can't mess with that anymore because I can hardly see, especially when it gets later now. And I know it's just kind of a sign of the age. But oh my goodness, I'm trying to make my art here and it's like, yeah, Vicki, you can hardly see. It's blurry, right? And I've been talking about that for a while, so I'm just going to add some of those. We can add little squiggles. So that's fun, some little squiggles. Turn it in case it's wet. Put some black dots here. Has anybody watched the Dead Boy Detectives on Netflix? I just finished that. Bridgerton. Although I have to say, like, I love the Bridgerton, but I find that this one is not as cinematically beautiful as some of those Bridgerton ones are. I feel like the sets, anybody with me with that? The sets aren't as, I feel like you used to see a little bit more of the family, and now it was just very focused on just a couple of characters. And I was finding anybody else decide or find that. I developed a cataract and I'm waiting for surgery on that. Oh my goodness, Julie. Hi, Valerie. How are you? Valerie and I are going to go to a concert. Who are we going to see? Valerie, who are we going to see? I'm going to put some little dots up here too, I think. I know their music, so at least I went on and checked. But Valerie's like, You're coming over to visit, but I'm going to a concert by myself on Thursday. And I went, I'll go with you. Right, Kari? I say that kind of stuff. Who are we going to see? So not everyone has watched Bridgerton yet. I love historical romance. So I have read all those books already before that became a thing on Netflix. I just like the period drama kind of stuff and the costumes. There we go. Some black in there. I'm going to do loose circles now around these, right? The stylistics. Yeah, we're going to go see the stylistics. We're not even sitting together because that's how Valerie and I roll. She's like, there's no seats left near where I'm sitting. And I'm like, I don't care. I'll just sit. I'll sit a couple rows behind you. We'll meet up at the end. So we're going to concert kind of together, but not really. Right, Val? Kind of together, but not really. Very fun. So I had done little black dots inside the pencil ones. I'm going to try it again. Let's try it. I'm having my first cataract. You too, Deb, right? Do you have a watercolor paper? There's some watercolor paper in that new pad. There's some watercolor paper in the new pad. Bridgerton is great, but I'm waiting till all of season 3 is available. I agree. I don't understand this whole only bringing part of it out. Right? Because how many episodes? Just 4, I think, right? And the other 4 will come out in July. I watched it. And I'll go back and watch the next 4 when they come out. But yeah, the other thing I was watching is that the Dead Boy Detective Agency. I love the paranormal stuff. So I just wondered if I was alone, if anybody else had watched that or not. I don't know if we have Dish in Canada. I think that's a US thing, isn't it? I don't know if this Canadian girl, if we have Dish. So now let's carry a little bit of the black up here. And I'm going to do some little dashes on that, right? You watch that? I really liked it. Hi, Scrappy Guy. What is to prevent churn? What is that? What, I missed that, right? What's that? That you just go through the whole thing and you move on to the next thing? Is that what that means? Well, let me tell you, I don't understand it. We stream and we pay for it. Now there's commercials in my streaming. And I'm like, I don't understand why. I could just watch, ABC if I wanted that. I don't understand. It's no different than frickin' Instagram. Like, why can't Instagram be like it was when we first started? I go on there and I want to see what my friends are posting. I want to know what people are up to. If I take the time to post, I would love if people actually see my posts and respond to them. Because, let me tell you, I'm not doing it for a popularity thing. I have to do it because, right, I have a business, right? There's expectations that I'm going to post on social media. And then no one sees it anyway. So the reason streaming services split seasons so people stay subscribed. Most people churn through subscription base so that they for what they want to watch. Yeah, I don't. I'm not that person. I just want more. I feel like we had so much and now there's nothing. I know it's with their strike, right? Because I feel like, gosh, can there be some new shows or part two or season 2 of what we were watching? So now I'm just doing some little crosshatchy dashes over here, okay? Just to switch it up. You will find this is a pretty thin pen. If I use the thicker pen, it would create a little bit more detail in the dash. And say you don't love them. Like, I'm like, I don't love that dash so much. I'm just going to paint over them and do a new dash. I don't like that dash. Yeah, it's all changed, and I follow Masari. I don't know what the guy's name is, but he is like one of the managers or bosses on Insta, and he's saying that that's not the case, right? That they haven't changed the algorithms, and I'm like, don't believe it. It certainly isn't like it used to be. I don't see anybody's stuff. And if you aren't interacting with somebody's social media, you will not see any of their stuff. And then you forget, right? I'm like, I don't even know who I'm not seeing on social. So I covered those up a little bit, and I'm going to dry that and go in with a different pattern, maybe more dots. Because my marker's too thin. So let me dry the top layer. And then I will put another layer on top, and hopefully I can take my little black lines out, right? You want to build depth, you dry between your layers. You cannot build depth wet on wet. You're just moving the same paint and water around, and you just start to pill your paper. So when you want to build depth, and here I'm trying to build a little opacity, you have to dry between your layers. I see some weird stuff now on Instagram and on Facebook. Hello, Irene. Thank you, friend. How you doing, my friend? You know, I always love to see you. I am very happy to see you back on our Friday Night Lives. Notifications also look different recently on Insta. There are like 3 different categories now. Yeah, I don't understand it. I don't understand it. And I wonder if people are going to stick around, right? Are people going to stick around? I'm going to do the squiggle lines over here again because I'm not liking my dashes with the width of this pen. So we'll just do some squiggle, but we need some black over here because I want it to carry around the page, right? Carry some black over here. Right, just need a little bit of black on this page. I'm going to do some little curly Q for my linear, maybe some dashes that look like a stitch. And then let's finish the layout. A little bit of dash, a little bit of dash, 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 dash. Very good. Now there's black on both sides. There should be a couple polka dots over here too, though, I think. Where do I want them? Maybe up here? Do a couple of the black circles. Just so there's something as heavy weighted as those other black circles, right? Because the dashes are pretty light. So I just wanted to have something that looks like a little bit of abstract art. I felt that tonight it would be fun to do something just kind of loose and fluid, and then you can turn it into whatever you want. If you are not a scrapbooker, this does not have to go into a scrapbook page. This could 100% be a card, a base for a card. You just scale it down, maybe not do as much on it. Your little strips of color would be smaller. If you like to art journal, this could go in your art journal. If you're a lister like my friend Lil Konkar, this certainly could go in your listing. You could list on top of mixed media art, right? The colors that I used on here were the Distress ink colors were, if you're just joining me, Wild Honey, Ripe Persimmon, Worn Lipstick, and Saltwater Taffy. And then I went in with my Cosmic Watercolors. This is the Hidden Gems set. It's a second set that came out. I went in with a copper metallic and this kind of warm gold, right? The colors that come in the paint markers are right here. This is a set of paint markers that, this is what comes in the set. And we're going to do more with these. I don't want to do too much right now because not everybody has it yet, especially if you ordered from VickiBoutin.com. The stuff just started shipping. So the first sets of orders just went out. One pack was dropped off today. And then the mixed media pad is arriving on Tuesday. And we're going to be getting the rest. Everything will be out this week. So for some of you, you're like, oh my goodness, I ordered this in March. And I'm like, I know, because the pre-orders all went up in March. So for me as a business, to make sure that I could be supported in that side of things, I put the pre-order up, but the product, even though you're seeing it show up in Joann's store, not everything's there. The paper pad wasn't there. The stamps and dies weren't there. The dies weren't, the single dies weren't there. And if you're like, what is she talking about? If you go back on my YouTube channel, you'll see the Vicki Boutin Mixed Media. I did a whole walkthrough of what is coming, right? So this is my background. I love it. That's all I'm doing. I'm going to leave it as that, but can you see? Oh, isn't that pretty? Right? And for some of you guys, this could be it. This could go in an art journal, and we're going to start doing that where it does not have to be photo based. You could just go and make your art, and this is good for my mental health. This makes me feel like I've accomplished something. I did something fun, and it's totally okay to just then be done with it, right? You don't have to turn this into something else. Now, I'm going to turn it into a quick layout because a lot of you guys that follow, I'm going to put a couple of those lighter hearts or stars down here too. Just because I'm going to cover this section up. And I want some of those down here. That a lot of you guys that follow me are scrapbookers. So let's make it a page. I even printed photos off. Yeah, it does. Everything's not out there. So a lot of people were like, heck, Vicki, what are you doing? I put my pre-order in. Why hasn't it shipped? And I'm like, because what you're seeing online isn't everything. Everything is not in stock yet. So I'm going to send it all out when it's all here, right? So I haven't just been holding on to your stuff, holding it hostage. It just isn't here yet. So sometimes even though we see stuff online does not mean it's a true representation of what's available, right? The pre-orders that you've done, or when you're seeing it show up in a lot of places, it's not everything because everything isn't available. The gel plates are not available yet. Did I just put, no, that was right. That was right. Thank you very much. It's coming. It's coming. The first order, some of you would have got your confirmation, because if you did not order the mixed media pad, I sent those orders, the ones I could send out went, right? The ones that I had the product, they went. But the ones without the pad, we're going to pack them up and ship them out. I love that. Love it. Just wanted a few more stars down there. And now, can I show you something? So that stars, oh, they look like they're very vibrant. So guess what? I'm going to lighten some of that up because these are water reactive inks and I don't want it as dark. I want it to look a little distressed down there. So we just add a little water. These ones look pretty distressed. Those ones were a little darker than I wanted them to be. So there, I just took it away. Now, boop. Oh, I love that. That's why I love distress ink. We'll soften inside that circle. Oh, look at that. I'm going to do that inside all the circles. See, I just ate away at the ink there. Take your finger out of there, Vicki. Bold and Bright. So Bold, did you do a walkthrough of Bold and Bright? I did. It's also on here on Facebook. No, where are we? YouTube. It is up on YouTube. I did the walkthrough. That collection is fun, and some of it has landed. It's arrived in my studio. Oh, I love that. Okay, but now step away, Vicki. Step away. Merch went out too. So, Erin, I think I packed your order. Did I not send you the, check your emails. Ooh, look it. I love it. Okay, leave it alone now, Vicki, though. Leave it alone. Step away. I believe your box shipped yesterday, Erin. Or today. So check your emails and see if a confirmation came through. But I remember, there's lots of you. I remember looking at Holly. I think you have an order in there, don't you, for something? Because I was sorting. It's a lot to go through, right? Because I have orders for the mixed media. I have orders for Bold and Bright. So I was trying to sort everybody, and a lot of people have multiple orders. Like some people placed 4 orders for mixed media. So I have to go through all of them because they come in at different times and make sure that get it all organized, refund the additional shipping. It is a huge job. It's a huge job. So I did work on that. That's what I was doing for the last couple of days. So it's coming. It's coming. Okay. Let's make a layout. So normally I would leave this, or we would run it through the Mink, or put it under some books to flatten it out, because there for sure is still going to be moisture in here. Still going to be moisture in here, but we'll just go with it. Ooh, my goodness, I almost broke my freaking unicorn. I almost broke my unicorn. Did you hear that happen? There was another Holly then. Sorry, Holly. There was another Holly that placed an order. That's me dropping my heat gun. Yeah, so the Bold and Bright kit is jam-packed. Oh my goodness, the chipboard for that one. If I have it handy, I'll show you again. This one, I have to say, when the boxes came in, and it's big. The boxes are big, right? Let me show you. Oh, these are 2 things I did not show you in the walkthrough as well. I forgot to show everybody this for Bold and Bright. So the card pack, this is the last card pack. They're not doing this anymore. Okay, so when, for any of the new releases, if you love these boxed cards, grab them. Grab the box cards. Because we're still doing the one that the Joann's, that card kit, but the box cards are not going to be there anymore. I know I was in this box. Why can't I figure out how to get in here? Here we go. So I did not show you guys. Look how cute they are. I love this collection. So this is Bold and Bright. Yeah, me too, Kari. But I guess it's all right, whatever sells. But I didn't show you guys these. So we do these paper clips. Look at this package is falling apart. But normally with the plastic, well, I said I don't want the acrylic ones anymore. Can we do all paper? Look how beautiful they are. So for Bold and Bright, these, I love these paper clips. Like, I love these. So that's the paper clip set. We did titles. So you have a bunch of different titles. Look at the little circles, which for my classes, I will love these for like turning pages and stuff. Capture this. Look at, ooh, you're getting sleepy. Aren't they fun? So I forgot to show you guys that these, look at the metallic in this set is a rainbow gold. I love it. Iridescent gold. So I wanted to show you guys that this is in your kit. I included these. If you are doing the kit through vickyboutin.com, you do get the paper clips. But this one is the one I'm excited about. The chipboard. Look at with the little hearts and the borders and the titles and the frames. And I did it a neutral, right? I just did it as black so that it could go with any collection that you use these with, right? So I'm very excited about Bold and Bright. It's very fun. And I have to be careful because I'm working on another collection right now for next year. So I have to be very careful that I call this the correct collection, because it's hard to keep it all straight sometimes, but we work very far in advance. And I'm going to be starting a new Christmas collection next, even though you haven't seen the one for this year. That just know I'm doing a Christmas event this year, and I'm adding a bonus class to it. So we're going to still do clusters. We're going to do layouts. We're going to do an album, and I'm adding a card class to it. So you're going to get 4 classes when the Christmas one comes out. And I will probably announce that with the release of the new collection, which is going to be the end of July or early August. And then that class is going to take place in, I don't know if I'm going to do it in October or November. I have to look, but it's going to be fun. So for this layout, remember I told you guys that I did, yes, I'm going to add a bonus class. So I have my pictures of me and my crazy friend, DC. I don't think she's out there. Because I know for a lot of you guys that are in the States, it's your long weekend, right? So you might be doing something fun, have something planned. So I knew tonight could have a decent turnout, or it could be a quieter night. But I'm actually really excited, right? How cool. Yeah, I thought it would be fun because a lot of people like to do Christmas or Christmas cards, right? And seeing that we're doing it so early, I thought it would be fun to, I don't know if I want to do 2 photos on this, but we can. We're just going to do the things. That it would be fun to add a bonus class. And I'm not going to charge any more for it. But the kit is huge. It's going to be a good one. So you guys remember, if you've been following, that they canceled the Christmas album that was supposed to come out with this. So I decided that there are enough of the Peppermint Kisses albums left that I'm just going to use the Peppermint Kisses album. I was going to go with a Simple Stories album for the Christmas kit, but they're smaller and I wanted the big albums, so I thought that that would be a lot of fun, right? Yeah, Smelt Fest. So Valerie told me that tonight in Lewiston, New York, they're having a Smelt Fest. And I'm like, ew. First off, I don't like fish anyway, and I'm certainly not excited about a Smelt Fest. Did you go, Val? Valerie, did you go to have your smelt? No. That's what Vicki says about that. No to the Smelt Fest. So I'm going to mat my photos on black. I'm not using any pattern paper on this layout, I don't think. No pattern paper. Well, I know that there's tons of different events you can do at Christmas time. There's card events, there's lots of online, there's in-person events. So I wanted, because you guys are so loyal, to me, and you do my classes, that I'm going to give back. It's going to be my Christmas gift to you guys, is doing a bonus class. So I decided I wanted to do that and give back to you guys. They sold out of the smelts. Did you see that I am using, you're on my layout, right? You are on my layout tonight, DC. When I was looking for photos, I'm like, I am going to use these ones. So yes, you are, my friend. And I laugh because you make the same face in your selfies. Yeah, it's going to be my gift. We'll do cards because the stamp set is very fun that you get in that kit too. Because I have ordered it all. I've ordered it all. I ordered all of the product because I don't have a second collection this year. There is no second collection, which would have been like Discover and Create. So we're going to be doing the Bo Bunny and Maggie Holmes collection with some 49 in Market, which I just ordered this week because I have to order all of it. So that's going to be happening, right? So I did order all of that product, and that will be coming, right? That'll be coming. I see it. So happy. My selfie face. I love it. I miss you guys when we're not together crafting, right? So like I said, I'm just glad we can be together online on Friday nights. It's fun. So I'm going to mat my photos. And we have so much going on this background, right? Could you go in here with some pattern paper? Sure. I might do like a little yellow polka dot that would match this if you wanted to. But I don't know if we need it. I think we could put a little embellishment on here, and I don't think we need to have a lot of pattern paper on here. I could just do that, doop doop. That's how my photos are gonna go. And then I knew that I wanted to put some black title on here. And then I will probably put some kind of little embellishment in there and call it a day. Yeah, so that event is gonna take place in February of 2025, but it will go on sale in the fall. Just like we did Discover and Create, because I feel like there's too much going on. If we have a Christmas class and we're going to have Bold and Bright in September, then the Christmas class will take place in October or November. I think early November is when I'm going to do that one. And then we have to roll into the holidays and Thanksgiving. So I thought it would be a good idea if we do that class in the new year when there's not a lot going on. We have something to look forward to as well. A lot of people get it as Christmas present. It's a great Christmas present, right? So just so you know, that one is going to be coming out in the fall. I have ordered everything for that. I don't like that I took all the pigment away in there. So I'm just going to add and soften those white marks. Okay, so I did grab paper. Like I said, if you wanted to mat it with something, you could go in. You could mat it with a whole other color, like go in with like the turquoise on top of that if you wanted to, or pull a color out of your photos. But I don't want to, so I'm not gonna, right? Question, will there still be a class with Simple Stories? If yes, when? Which Simple Stories? Which one is that, Melanie? There's something coming up. It's a surprise. The new release. So to give you guys a heads up, the Christmas class, I also am adding, there's a new Christmas line coming out from Simple Stories. This Christmas kit's going to be huge. I added some fun stuff in it. So some of the new Christmas line that you guys won't see until August is going to be in my Christmas collection. Like with mine, I added some of this new one from Simple Stories. But Simple Stories has something new that's coming out, but it is a theme. And I'm going to be doing a big weekend event with that one too, but that's going to be in the new year as well. So it's coming, right? When is the Bo Bunny event? That one, Loretta, so it will go on sale because it's a lot. So I know that I'll sit on those kits for a bit. I ordered my normal number of kits, but look, it's a lot for you guys. Bold and Bright, you guys, is up there right now. Christmas, I had to pay for all of these. I've had to order all of this product and it's all coming around the same time, but I know you can't afford to do all the things. So the Christmas one will be the priority, right? Because I have such a short window of time to do that. And then the Bo Bunny and Maggie Holmes will be listed for sale in the fall, but the class is not going to take place till February. But you will have, it will be in there. I will put it up as a pre-order, and I'll sell the kits until they're sold out. But it's a lot of stuff all at the same time, right? And we are still doing Friday night lives with the mixed media products. 100% we are. We are. Yep. But mixed media is coming out the exact same time Bold and Bright. So just know Bold and Bright, I'm going to be using that until May of next year. So stock up on that Bold and Bright because I'm going to be using it a ton. So even if you ordered my weekend event, still when it hits your favorite stores, Joann's, wherever, still stock up on the stuff. I will support your purchases. I will be doing things, and my design team will be creating with it to do stuff that you will feel very supported in creating with that collection. There's a lot of stuff coming out all at the same time, right? All at the same time. And I know it's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot to expect to have to spend the money on. And I've had to buy all of it. I have to put my orders in because everything's selling out now. There's 11 papers from Discover and Create, the Maggie Holmes collection, probably Paige's collection that are sold out already. 11 of the open stock papers are completely sold out. It's crazy. So it's hard, right? Christmas is always my priority, and now I've fallen in love with all the things. I love it, Mary Pat. I know, and I'm very excited because the Christmas collection is very pretty. It's very pretty. You guys are gonna love it. It's still done for the most part traditionally how my collections are done. Lots of things are changing in the new year in a good way. A lot of it's good, where we're condensing some SKUs and stuff. So there's going to be just more available in a pack instead of having to buy 10 million things. It's going to be a little bit different. So I'm excited about that. Okay, I'm going to tack my photos down. So how did you guys do? Because I know some of you were playing along with me tonight, right? You were playing along. How did your mixed media painting vibe go tonight? Did you guys do a good job? Did you enjoy it? Yeah, there's a lot going on. I have to send newsletters out, but I don't like to overwhelm. I'm the worst salesperson in the world because I'm very respectful of the amount of money you have to spend, and there's a lot coming at you all the time. But like I said, I've had to invest in all of the stuff, so I will have to put it out there. I'm excited for Bold and Bright. We're going to be doing the whole weekend event. I'm going to be using it just like I have with Discover and Create. That collection came out, Discover and Create came out last August, and people are still creating a ton with it. So it's going to be fun. We're going to have a lot of fun, right? So this is my friend DC. So I want to put, my title is going to be something DC. So it's going to be Love You DC. That would be fun. Love You DC. That might be it, friends. Love You DC, because I do. All of you guys, oh my goodness, when I get to meet you in person and we become the bestest of friends, you never can get rid of me. I'm like a bad rash. You can't wait to see me in October. I love it. I'm going to be using Discover and Create. I am using Discover and Create at She Loves Color. No, I'm a liar. I'm using Bold and Bright at She Loves Color. I'm using Bold and Bright at Camp Lottawashi. But they're both going to be completely, all of the classes that I do are completely different. So one of them I'm going to be using a 6x8 pad and showing you how to do layouts from 6x8 pad. And then the other one I haven't decided yet. I haven't decided yet, but all the classes are going to be completely different. Let's start those Christmas wish lists and ask for all the things, right? Any progress on coming? It's probably not happening. I am having some trouble with overscheduling myself, Irene, and I need to take a break. So I am trying for the month of July to really only be doing a little bit of things, So that idea was a good one, but I have to wait for a bit. So I have to take a break. I love that, Keisha. That's so much fun. So look it. I'm going to put love you DC, and then I want some just black butterflies or something. So they're going to fly up this page. So that's how I'm going to finish this page. I'm going to find a butterfly stamp, stamp it in black, and it's going to be black and white on here. But we're going to put love. Are you still here, Danielle? Did you see that I put love you DC? I bet you that Kari told you that I was scrapbooking your pictures, didn't she? I don't think you were here on your own. Kari, did you text her? I do. Oh my goodness. And these ladies, when I was at the Texas event, helped me so much. Kari and Danielle and who else? Is poor Kari. See, I knew she messaged you. I knew she messaged you. Oh my goodness, help me. Who else helped you guys? I'm having a brain. Rebecca, thank you. It was on the tip of my tongue. Is Rebecca here? Helped me so much. So you each are going to have your own layout. I'll have to pull the photos. Love you, DC. I love it. I don't know if it gets lost a little bit on the background, but we're going to go with it. DC. So I'm going to put something on there, though, so that doesn't get lost. And let's find a stamp, because we're going to do little black butterflies. So I just need any random butterfly. And we know Vicki will have lots of them. So let's just find a butterfly stamp. And I know I'm going to find one. We have a Tim one, right? Boop, boop. Ooh, look at, I have a Vicki Boutin one right here. That'll work. That will work. So let's find a stamp block and some black ink. Black ink. And then that guy is going to fly up my page. And then I will also die cut. I'm going to die cut them. Yep, I love it. And I'll tell you why I will do black and white, because there's so much business going on this page that I think that'll be perfect to finish that up. You could make these metallic, yeah, if you wanted to. I bet the paint marker would work. My new paint marker would totally work on there, right? So I'm going to have a butterfly here, one here, and then one there. So I'm going to cut them. I'm going to stamp it on white, just plain white cardstock, and cut them out. Here I go to find it. And I had black ink right here. Where'd you put it, Vicki? It just was on my table. My life is a mess. My life is a mess. Is that black? Nope. Have you guys seen it? It was just on my table, the black ink. See you later, Poppy. What did you say? Let it be the bold black butterfly. I just have to find my ink because it was just on my table and I don't think I moved it very far, but I moved it somewhere because it was just on here. Are you like that, guys? Do you have stuff and you're like, you lose it all? I had a whole handful of them because when I went live this week, oh, here's my Gina one. I have my Gina amalgam ink. Yes, Camp Lotta Washi is a crop hosted by 3 craft chicks in Washington State and Spokane. If you are not familiar with that, it is a ton of fun. I will be there in August. There's also a virtual event with that. And then She Loves Color is the one in Wisconsin, but it is sold out. That one is sold out. So let's stamp 3 of these. Oh, this ink is probably dried out. I'm not going to get my stamp platform out, so let's just hope the next one I can ink actually nice and black. Doo-doo. A wish list button. I love it, but like that's a lot. Like look at what I just talked about. We have the mixed media. The Vicki Boutin mixed media that is just shipping now and just showing up in stores now. Bold and Bright is coming out, showing up in stores anytime now. And then we have Christmas. Christmas is next. And then we have the fall collection because I need something for the new year or otherwise I won't have a class for months and months and months after Christmas, right? And then we have Christmas class, right? So it's crazy. It's a lot. I know it is. So I just try to space it out the best I can, but when it all comes in stock, I have no choice. I have to order it and then I have to start advertising it because I've paid for it. Right? Because I'm not Amazon or it's just little Vicki Boutin. And then just hope that people want to do the things with me and that it's not too much, right? But there's a lot of stuff coming up. But it'll be fun. And then the one thing that I can guarantee is that I will put a really pretty kit together and you will get a ton of education. And then we have this awesome community we can spend time with. And you can partake in whatever part of it or none of it. And we still can be friends, right? So I'm cutting my butterflies out. That's what I'm doing. Because I feel like I want a dimensional element on my layout. So these black and white butterflies are going to rest the eye on all that crazy pattern on the background. Be fun. Oh, there's lots of stuff coming up. And there'll be Friday nights, and then all the new stuff that Tim brings out, and those things that I love, and my friend Simon, right? Any new mixed media, stencil, stamp things I love. So hopefully there's something for everybody, right? Something for everybody. You know, if you're budget conscious, you can join me on Friday Night Lives, and you don't have to really have anything. You can use... I'm always a proponent of use what you have, right? Look at how pretty is that going to look on there. I love it, right? So nice. Rests the eye, pulls the white and the black in the layout. And then there's going to be one that goes up here too, like that. And that's my dimension. And what I love is you didn't have to have a collection that matched what we were doing tonight. You didn't have to have a collection that matched. You can use whatever you want with your mixed media, your inks. And as long as you have a water-soluble ink, you could do, did anybody use oxides tonight to paint their background? Remember why I used just regular distress? Because it's translucent. So it would act and mimic a watercolor paint. Whereas oxide, because it is a dye base and a, oh my goodness, pigment ink, it is not totally transparent. It has more opacity. So it would go on more like a gouache if you paint with it. And as well, it does some freaky stuff when you add water, right? The pigments can separate and it can do some funky things in your background. So it will work. You'll just get a different result, right? I'm just loving this more and more. I love that, Holly, right? And it doesn't have to be, you don't have to, if you're doing something you don't want butterflies, you could put stars on here or any shape. You could put flowers. You know I love butterflies, like it's my favorite thing. And I feel like DC deserves to have butterflies on our layout. And I knew that Kari texted her because she's probably doing like sports things, or are you watching me from a baseball game or something? Danielle, if you're still here. I love it. And it's the rule of thirds. So like I'll have my 3 butterflies and then I'm going to put something on here, like a little label or something, because I need to put DC on here. What was the question? Same as your old, is the new bold collection the same as your old collection? Which, same as what old collection? It is a new collection, so it's not the same as the old one. Bold and Bright is a new collection, so it's still scrapbooking. You're watching from softball. I knew it. See, I knew it. It still definitely looks like a Vicki Boutin collection, right? Because it has a bright, colorful, textural, mixed media vibe. There's cats on this one and dogs. So it is kind of a loose, summery theme, but not really themey themed. There is a whole walkthrough of the collection on YouTube. We did a couple weeks ago. As soon as it was released, I did the walkthrough because I did have all of the bits. No, I've never had a Bold and Bright collection. This is the first Bold and Bright. There's been Discover and Create. There's been Sweet Rush. There has been Print Shop, Fernwood, couple of travel lines, Christmas lines. There's never been Bold and Bright. It is a brand new collection, all new art. There might be a Bold and Bright collection existing from someone else out there, because that could definitely happen, but it is definitely not the same collection. I love the little unicorn too. And I love that Simon is in that collection. I said to Melissa that I needed her to send me that art in a file so that I could get a t-shirt or something made with Simon on it. Lovely. There, the little butterflies flying up it. Love that. And I love them in the circles. Now, really, if I would have planned the layout first, right? Bold and Brave. Oh, yes, I think there was an Amy Tan, maybe Bold and Brave. Wasn't there? I went Bold and Bright literally from a mixed media perspective and an art perspective is where the title came from. But now that you say that, when you say bold and brave, I do. I think Amy Tan had a lovely collection. Looked totally different, but was called Bold and Brave, right? Yeah. I think I did a class with it. Yeah, I think my friend Amy had a collection called Bold and Brave. But it definitely, the title had to do with like the wording and stuff on there, where Bold and Bright is more from the art side of things, right? Will you be getting Times New Tim's? Yes, they're in my cart. The new recoil, the new scissors. Yep, I put them in my cart. I will add them to my shop as well. So yep, they're coming with some of the 49 in Market that I need for the fall collection. Love that. Isn't that pretty, friends? I love it. So now I need to get DC in there. So like there's things you could do, like look at, to quiet this down, if it's not your jam, you could just have done another circle up in this corner and you didn't have to do the lines on it. It could be totally different, right? It could be totally different. I love it. So, but I want DC, excuse me, I got the hiccups. DC on here. Oop. And then I did grab just some stuff. Let's see if there's any of this that I want on here. Love you. Maybe I won't put DC on there. Maybe I'll have something else that I want to put with that, right? Love you. But I do have this gold. Let's see if it'll look nice on here. I'm gonna try them. Like I don't usually like the spring scissors, but if Tim brought them out, you know, I am a huge lover of everything that he does. So I will be getting them, but I'm weird. Like I know a lot of people love the spring loaded scissors and stuff. It's not generally my jam. I'm a weirdo. But I'm ordering them because I'll try it. But I don't know. How do you guys like, do you like those ones that they're probably easier for people too arthritic or have any kind of issues with their hands? Love you, DC. Oh, I like that. Look at, love you, DC. Oh, I like that. Love you, DC. And then we could just put some little title word strips in there. Isn't that fun? Yeah, and it's probably the thing is that I can't get the hang of using it. So I'm going to get them, right? For fussy cutting, they are the best. Okay, Ada, I'm getting them. We will use them. You'll see me use them in a class. Or use them on a Friday Night Live. Because I'm getting them all. I ordered all of them, so. The big ones and the smaller ones. But I have a couple different sets, right? I have a lot of scissors. I have to put them away. It is just who I am. But they're not going back in the package very easily, so I'm coming to finish this. But I think little word strips, I picture them like in the little circle and stuff, will be cute. I love thickers, and I find that there's not as many of these out there anymore, right? So you got to stock up on all that stuff. See, and I didn't use spring-loaded, but I still have like butterfly, my little guy's antenna are on there. So I don't know, like anything, I think it is a matter of preference, right? I will get them. I will try them because people love all of the Tim Holtz stuff, right? And they're tonic, I believe, right? I bet you my ink pad, I knew it. This was sitting right beside me. Look where my ink pads were. Dingleberry. So I thought little word strips would be fun in the circles. Right? Just do some little word strips. Boop, boop, boop. I will journal later, but I like them as kind of a creative part of the layout. What kind of weather are you guys going to have where you are tomorrow? It's supposed to rain. I think we're supposed to have thunderstorms here. And I would like for that not to be the case. I'll tell you that right now. I would like that to not be the case. But I believe we're supposed to have thunderstorms tomorrow, and I am not happy about that at all. In case you were wondering, I wanted to go outside and do some plants, plant my plants. Yay, that's awesome, Michelle. Thank you, husband. That is very nice. Thank you very much. I love that. I love when our significant others are listening. And he knew that that was important to you and it's something you wanted to do. And I love that. I love that what we do here goes so far beyond just us hanging out in our community that your families support this. So that is awesome. That makes me really, really happy. So look at, we just put that together. I am very excited with this. I have to say that now I want to tie some more white over here. So guess what I'm going to do? Just some white dots over here. I feel like we need to tie some of the white that's going on this corner. It was starting to look a little dark. So I'm just doing some white dots with this paint marker over there. And I like that. I like it a lot. So I'm actually quite happy with how this layout turned out. And sometimes, right, it comes together. This marries my favorite things. So I got to create a background out of nothing, just my imagination and a little bit of time and effort, and put this together. I didn't have to shop through my stash to find something that went with this. Doing the mixed media and the art really is good for my soul. Like, I feel like it just makes me happier when I'm having a rough day or a tough time. I find doing the little bit of mixed media stuff really is good. It really makes me feel good. It relaxes me. So we did that together. And then doing the kind of loose art, that little bit of sparkle makes me really happy. And then just a couple of stamped images and it came together. I love this, right? So there's another layout to put in my album, and I'll do my journaling on the little journal strips. I have to say too, if you sew black stitching across those journal strips, I think would be very fun to put some sewing on here. You could sew some little squiggly lines up this side in black thread. I think that would be a lot of fun too, to add a little texture on this layout. But I love the cosmic watercolors. I love them. Me too, Danielle. Danielle said she loves this layout and she loves our friendship. And I am right there with you, sister. So here for a little close-up of the mixed media. Look at, do you see the metallic? Isn't that shocking that it came out of that little dry palette of watercolor? Gives you this kind of effect. So imagine if we stamped, painted it with those metallics, and then line it up on your stamping platform. Hi, Sarah. How are you? Sarah Millerhouse was one of the other pictures I was going to print today, but we have to get together again, Sarah, and have better lighting for our photos. Holy crap, man. What were we thinking that? Look at that. You just got to see all 12 of my chins. I have to name them because that was not a pretty angle when I flipped the camera around. But Sarah, I was looking at pictures of you today too. So I have one pretty one when I want to do a one photo layout that I'm going to use on there. Sarah is on my design team like Natalie, and I'm happy that I got to see you tonight. Very excited. So thank you, friends. That was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed that. And as always, you made my night just that much better. So thank you for that. I love getting together with you guys to create and chat. Thanks for taking the time, for all of you guys that do comment and keep the conversation going. I live for it. I'm here for the conversation. I'm here for the community aspect of this. If it was your first time, hi, Brenda. Oh my goodness. Lots of you guys were out there in the background and I didn't see you. So very happy to see you. I live for this community, so you guys just make it all that much better. So thank you very much. For all my American friends, have an awesome long weekend. I hope you have time to barbecue, spend time with your family, do all the things, rest, relax, maybe have a little time to create. And I will see you next Friday. It might be my last one. I don't know. There might be two before I go away. We might have 2 more Fridays before I'm gone for the month of June. I'm going to be gone for the good portion of June. So let me know if you have any requests of something you'd like to see. Let me know and I will happily do Friday Night Live around that. But otherwise, have a wonderful weekend. For my friends in Australia and New Zealand, I hope you're enjoying your Saturday. And hi, Dawn. I didn't see you, friend. We'll see you guys later. Thanks so much. Hope you get a chance to do a little bit of a mixed media background. And make sure you share your photo. Leave a comment in the regular comment section. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe. And it only takes a second to hit that thumbs up button. And it helps other friends find our Friday nights and create some art with us. So thank you very much, friends. And we'll see you guys later.